Over the years, many athletes gained significant riches, only to lose them as fast as Speedy Gonzalez on steroids. Only a few managed to build on their wealth through smart investments and became the wealthiest athletes in the world. Today, we will take an in-depth look at the top 10 richest athletes in the world, according to Forbes, and get a glimpse at how they spend their hard-earned money. Cristiano Ronaldo. Many consider the Portuguese footballer to be the best player in the world, and his net worth of $470 million definitely proves it. Over the past 12 months, Cristiano Ronaldo managed to sign a handsome deal with his former club Manchester United, with an annual salary of £26.52 million British pounds. Not bad for a 37-year-old player who is at the end of his career. However, that's far from Ronaldo's only income. With a lifetime sponsorship deal from Nike and several other lucrative endorsement deals, it's secure to say that the Portuguese will only climb these rankings. Ronaldo is no stranger to the lavish lifestyle, and as he got back to the United Kingdom, he rented an ultra-luxurious mansion. It's hard to imagine that this $3 million home is a downgrade from his Italian estate, where he paid $50,000 a day. The Portuguese is also known for his love of sports cars, in which he invests millions. One of his most recent purchases is the Ferrari Monza SP2, worth $1.9 million. Eddie Jordan. The Formula One legend is definitely one of the most beloved race drivers of all time. He managed to retain his vast riches, although his last race was well over a quarter century ago. Now he is worth $480 million. Since his last race, the Irishman has invested a considerable amount of his hard-earned money into creating the Jordan Grand Prix F1 team, which brought Eddie some excellent profits. Although the team won't be remembered with anything significant, Jordan continues to thrive in the field of his passion, as he became the announcer for the BBC's Grand Prix coverage and was invited to host the hit show Top Gear. At the same time, he had investments in the Scottish soccer club Celtic, and he managed to acquire oyster yachts. Jordan is also the proud owner of a 45-meter Perini Navi sailing yacht, Blush, which he adores. Unlike other retired athletes, Jordan doesn't spend his money aimlessly, but he transformed his interests into successful business endeavors. We can all take a page from his playbook in this regard. LeBron James. Thank God the LA Lakers star is a better basketball player than an actor. While his performance on the large screen was nothing short of a crime against cinema, LeBron is a true genius on the basketball court. Thanks to his talent, James managed to gain over $490 million. The basketball legend invests heavily in real estate. His most recent purchase, an ultra-luxurious Beverly Hills mansion worth nearly $37 million. LeBron also is an avid watch collector and has invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in expensive watches for every occasion. Like many other stars, James has a massive collection of luxurious cars. However, what separates him from most other athletes is the sheer amount of luxury cars he owns. With his 15 vehicles, his garage looks more like a dealership than a private parking space. Floyd Mayweather. With a nickname like Money, it's hard to imagine this boxer being outside the top 10 wealthiest athletes. With a net worth of $510 million, the fighter is one of the more extravagant spenders on the list. While most wealthy people collect watches or cars, Floyd collects houses. The boxer owns nearly $100 million worth of homes in the USA. He also holds the shares of a $350 million entertainment company and over 100 luxury cars, each worth well over $100,000. To top it all off, Mayweather bought himself a $60 million private jet. Quite the birthday gift indeed. Roger Staubach. Roger the Dodger is a legend of football in America. With 2 Super Bowls behind his back, he is more than deserving his $600 million fortune. Such wealth, though, is hardly generated through sports alone. Actually, unlike other participants in this list, Roger made most of his money after retirement. He began a highly successful real estate business and afterward invested heavily in motorsports as well. Unfortunately, Roger is from a more modest generation that avoids flashing their riches with eccentric purchases. While he has properties worth in the millions, Roger keeps his life away from the ever-lurking public eye. Junior Bridgman. The baseball legend is another example of a successful athlete turned businessman after retirement. Bridgman shares the 6th spot with Staubach with a net worth of $602 million. The Milwaukee Bucks star started to learn the Wendy's business model while he was still an active player. After retirement, he invested heavily in the franchising business and opened over 100 Wendy's and Chili's restaurants across the US. He sold sold them in 2016 for a hefty profit. Then he started bottling Coca-Cola products in 2017 and continues to enlarge his franchising businesses across both US and Canada. As far as spending his hard-earned money, Bridgman has a different approach than most of his colleagues in this ranking. He prefers to spend them on luxurious travels to paradise-like destinations. Michael Schumacher, the greatest F1 pilot of all time, has a truly tragic story. On the verge of 2014, the $605 million worth Schumacher hit his head while skiing, and he has never been the same. Before the tragedy, Schumacher spent his money on lavish homes and horses. Yes, horses. Apparently, the German loves training horses, and he owns a ranch in Texas with dozens of them. Unsurprisingly, Schumacher also has a vast collection of Ferraris. Sadly, after the accident, Schumacher and his family subsided from public life and preferred a more private lifestyle. Magic Johnson. Johnson truly deserves his nickname Magic, both on the field and off of it. The NBA star is worth over $620 million today, and he surely knows how to have fun with them. Like all other athletes on this list, Magic has some truly inspiring real estate portfolio with several properties worth well over $10 million. Unlike other millionaires, Johnson doesn't have an eye for sports cars. Instead, he prefers SUVs and trucks. Magic owned a unique Lincoln pickup truck made just for him before auctioning it off, with the proceeds going to his foundation. That, however, wasn't the only unique car in Johnson's garage. These days, Magic enjoys traveling the world in style and enjoying luxurious destinations few can afford. Tiger Woods, the best golf player of all time, takes the third spot with a net worth of $850 million. Unlike the utterly boring game he owes his success to, Woods surely knows how to have fun. When he is not boring to death sports commentators and spectators alike, Woods is busy emptying his bank account on the finer things in life. Owning several houses worth over $5 million is just the tip of the iceberg of this athlete's lavish spending. However, one thing that truly catches the eye is purchasing an entire island in Sweden. Now, isn't that a power move? Ion Tiriac. You will be forgiven if you don't know this former Romanian tennis player turned billionaire. With his current net worth of $1.3 billion, Tiriac puts in his pockets tennis legends like Andre Agassi, Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic, and others, who were way better on the tennis court than him. While other athletes on this list have astounding car collections, Tiriac has a whole car gallery filled with rare cars. His garage is a true museum. Unfortunately, he shares it with the world. His other assets are much more boring, but astoundingly more profitable. Tiriac owns an insurance company, an airline, a bank, an auto dealership, and a travel agency. Michael Jordan. Could it be anyone else? Michael Jordan is widely known as the best basketball player in history, but more importantly, as the richest athlete of all time. Currently, Jordan is worth around $2.25 billion, and he is the master of combining smart investing with a lavish lifestyle. One of his first investments, as he retired from active sports, was buying the Charlotte Hornets. Knowing how the team performed in the following years, the invested $175 million might seem like a waste of money. But in fact, the Hornets was one of the best deals Jordan has ever done. Currently, the franchise is worth over $1.5 billion. The restaurant business is another endeavor of Jordan that brought him millions. Like most millionaires, he didn't spare any money in creating his dream house, as he paid over $12 million for his current home. While most of his companions on this list have a car collection, Jordan is not limiting himself to the ground. He also owns a multi-million-dollar plane and a yacht that's just as luxurious and pricey. These are just a fraction of Jordan's spending that highlights not only his superior wealth, but also his style. To learn more about these athletes' lifestyles, collections, spending, and investments, take a look at some other videos on my channel.